Two grumpy old guys. Grumpy old me.
No.
Not grumpy. What? Oh, because you're afraid of your job? That's not going to happen.
It has an impact, dude. It does.
What does?
It has an impact.
What has an impact?
Because of these millennials, it has an impact. Because everybody with a social warrior agenda wants to be a social media Nazi and basically censor other opposing viewpoints. They're afraid that their stances don't have enough credibility to hold up on their own, that they have to shout and intimidate others into submission. Very Nazi party of these guys, especially the hot button guy who likes to keep flagging videos. Yeah, I'm talking to you, buddy. You know who you are. Go right ahead. Waste your time with it. Keep wasting your time. Because that's what you're doing. You're wasting your time. We're just venting. We're just voicing our own opinion, as is protected by the United States Constitution, which has been defended by U.S. military since day fucking one.
Former U.S. military.
By the blood of others who will come before you, you are given the privilege to hold your opinion sacrosanct. And that's fine. What you don't have the right to, unfortunately, is to impose your opinion upon others. That's what you fail to understand as a whole, SJWs. You don't have the right to impose your views on others in this country. You have the right to disagree. You have the right to ignore. You have the right to move on. If you don't like what you hear, don't watch it. Don't listen to it. It's that simple.
Do you think he's an Antiva guy?
Oh, you want to be. Doesn't have the guts to actually walk the streets.
Sorry.
Nah, it's okay. So here we are. In the restaurant. Getting some good food.
Talk about Antivas.
And basically venting our frustrations at today's world. We're just taking 5 steps back socially. Pushing us back to the age of segregation. Pushing us back to the age of fear.
Of fear.
Yep. Where you have to watch over your shoulder or you might get reported. If you get reported, you might lose your job.
Get sent to the gulag?
Yep. Wonder who's listening to your conversation, because that's the word you guys are making all over again. This country went to war in World War II to stop something that was already in place, called Nazi Germany and Imperial Japan. You talk to anybody who lived through any of that as a kid, they'll tell you what they were forced to do, how they were taught to think a certain way and isolate everybody else. And then we had the Cold War afterward, which put communist Russia into its grave. And all your neo-socialists are trying to bring all that shit back. I will be dead in 30, 40 years, and you will have to live with the consequences of your thought police actions. Thought police, a phrase coined by George Orwell, because he saw what the possibilities were under a socialist communist agenda in England back in the late 40s. Read a book called Animal Farm, and then read 1984. Will open your eyes to what you guys are doing, I'd hope. Party at all costs, your views above all others. Who the hell died and made you gods? That is arrogance and narcissism at its most heinous. Basically, evil.
Well, nowadays, you're not identified by who you are anymore. Your identity is identified by who you voted for.
Yep.
I find that very scary.
It is scary.
Instead of being just, hey, Jeff, the old guy that lives up the street is now, hey, that Trump pard, that Trump supporter, that NRA piece of shit, that Second Amendment big mouth.
Thank God for the Second Amendment.
You know, instead of just, hey, that guy. You know, that, hey, I ain't that guy up there. No, it's... And these millennial idiots and these social justice warriors and these conspiracy knuckleheads. Well,
Are guilty of conspiracy. Their agenda pretty much is lockstep Antiva. Your way or the highway.
yeah, and you guys are wearing black masks and hats. Very black shirt of you.
Your brown shirt.
Well, the fascists, Italy had the black shirts.
Yeah.
Basically, they were the same damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Black shirts, brown shirts.
That's how they seize power. They didn't get elected, they seized it.
So how many of these people out there might be Hillary supporters still? Like your Pelosi, who is a
Puppet.
Clinton puppet. Scary. Extremely scary.
Yeah, it is. Quite frightening. So everyone, please think that most of you don't. Because when it hits the fan and you find yourself on the side of the oppression, when the oppressed rise up and truly take you guys down, you wonder how you got there. Happened in the French Revolution. A good concept became evil.
Well,
Gave us Robespierre.
in this time and age, bad is the new good, and good is the new bad.
Very biblical there and kind of scary.
It is biblical, and you people just don't friggin' get it. So here we are with two grumpy old guys sitting in a restaurant, reflecting on some of the nice comments and things like that, and some of your actions that's been splashing the news lately.
Like the millennials shot students in Colorado.
Oh yeah, millennials did that. Purple hair, purple dyed hair,
Or a chip on his shoulder.
and a chip on his shoulder. You can blame that on the NRA, or you're gonna be yelling out, "Must control the guns," but yet it was a millennial, hipster, purple-haired idiot and his friend who, for more than likely, is either a non-voter or a Democrat, more than likely. And we don't hear anything about it, do we? Which is a damn shame.
There you go.